Hey YouTube, I hope you're ready for some more Pathfinder adventures. I don't have any set goals for what I want to complete today. I'm really just going to explore the map and have fun seeing what there is to be seen in the remainder of the stolen lands that we haven't explored. And really, there's a lot of stolen lands left that we haven't explored. So it'll be fun to see what there is to see.
I need to catch my breath.
And even though Olivia's tired, we're gonna have fun exploring. Ooh,
Stand with me.
that's big.
I'll cut you.
He's a big boy. Mama should be proud.
This ends you. You shall not falter.
So he's got a big old cleave. What's his checks to hit? Plus 29. Alright, so we have no chance of dodging this. No real chance. All we can hope to do is put someone behind him so he's not leaving the entire front line.
Lost.
Okay, so I guess he has greater cleave or whatever it is that lets you just keep swinging. I've never seen that. The arrows just bounce straight off him sometimes. Ooh. Of course he gets more than one attack. Oh, welp. You know, sometimes you win and sometimes you get beaten over the face so hard that no one can recognize you. But on the other hand, we know to buff beforehand. And this is going to be one of those greater invisibility displacement fights, not one of those let's try and buff my AC fights. Here we can move a little bit up, but not much. Alright.
Ready and willing.
A reckoning is at hand.
You can count on me.
I yearn for entertainment.
Okay, let's see what we can do now.
Forwards. Stand with me.
Get. Not like lighting enemies on fire.
Okay, sweet. With the power of precognition, everything went much better. Hide armor, natural armor, ring of protection +2. Great club +2. So everything was kind of basic, but good. It seems the Cyclops smashed the pillar trying to hit the workers. The pillar's base had a picture of a giant with a ram's head, a swarm of flies breaking out of its single gouged eye. So that's probably religious iconography. Workers didn't stand a chance, no kidding. The guy was pretty rough. Okay, so just basically gold and a protection from cold. How big is this area? Not big. We haven't looted a loot. Loot. Crumpled sheet of paper. Money received from Ticker, collector of antiquities, 500 silver. From local herdsmen to kill Cyclops, 50 silver coins. Total 50 silver coins. Estimated expenses, 5 silver coins per day, 2 silver coins per day guards, 10 professional mercenaries, full advance payment, 10 silver coins per day. Da-ba-da. Is any of this important? Compensation to families of the deceased, 70 silver coins each. Or 10 villagers, recruits, only small advance, 1 silver coin per day. 10 wooden bowls, 0. 1 town simpleton headman, only small advance, 2 silver coins per day. 1 short spear, 10 silver coins. At first, when Ticker approached me, I was going to refuse this unprofitable job. However, if I save on guards, I'll be able to keep a pretty sum. No reason to pay for professional monster hunters if common recruits can draw the Cyclops far enough. Then the workers can dig and load the pillar in the cart, and the payment from the herdsman is small but a nice addition. I have no idea why that savage would be so attached to this color and thing. Indistinct recollections of the former glory of his race, rudimentary aesthetic perception of the world, or maybe he just recognized himself in its bas relief.
Without a doubt.
Trident +3. Nifty. Okay, not much this way. We got some bones here. Maybe there is some more excitement in here. Okay.
Look ahead.
Cave with... Ooh, an amulet of Mighty Fist. That's good gold. Okay, nothing of interest in this tiny cave.
Well, sorry, was lost in thought.
Get a little top off and head out. Alright, take 2 was very successful and profitable. Of course, winning initiative was a big help there as well. Cyclops didn't even get to swing. There's a great Cyclops empire.
I need to catch my breath.
Let's go and save. And if this is just dire wolves, we can charge in pretty quick. Ooh, she's exhausted, not just tired. Whoops. Anyway, I don't know what's ahead of us, but I know it could be fireballed.
Stand with me.
I'll cut you.
Ooh. Maybe we should have saved the fireball.
We shall overcome.
There we go. Tripped.
I need to catch my breath.
Why are these guys entangled? That
You
obsidian
can
flow
count on
just
me.
makes rough terrain. Yeah, they become entangled. How come my enemies are never entangled? Robil, you've made it through selection. By this letter I appoint you headsman of the Alizar Wolves. Congratulations. We've just received no orders. Herdsmen from local villages held a whip round for money and hired us to kill the Cyclops that's been ravaging their herds for the last several years. It's not much money, but this is a good and proper deed. Our key advantage lies in our numbers, so we should engage the Cyclops on open ground. We can't let him hole up in his lair. Your objective is simple. Gather the rest of recruits near the cave in the normal marches, draw out the Cyclops, and lead him to the meadow where our main forces will surround and neutralize him. I'll brief you on the details when we meet. I'm counting on you. Ah, man. I didn't even make it past the wolves. They were no match for the Cyclops. This lad couldn't have been much past 16. His blood-stained mask is his blood-stained face is a mask of horror.
Forwards.
There's a lot of loot I didn't want to pick up. But I'm glad I checked that dude just in case. He smashed against a stone with tremendous force. Whatever killed him, it was much larger and stronger than a wolf. Okay, I take it back. They did at least get to try and fight the Cyclops. I need to buff her
For
constitution.
entertainment.
I can actually do that right away. Yeah, I give her physical enhancement constitution instead of dexterity. I don't know if that even gets it to 2. Yeah. It's only a 1-point thing right now. Your strength is at 5. That's just because she's exhausted, though. Alright. Let's rest. Yeah, this is probably still all good. I wonder if I should get my ingredients back out. But now these meal bonuses are actually a big deal. They basically just lowered the DC. Actually, fish on a stick would be nice. Just to travel
Without
longer
the
without
king,
getting rested.
Goblins need their own
Or
hero.
tired.
Not Longshank or Half-Shank. Their own. Like me.
That's great, Knock Knock. Keep it up. Maybe someday you'll grow some spine instead of warts.
Don't be mean, Gongar. Oh, wow. Hopelessly spoiled. That's unusual. Yeah, and I need to remember to use that maximized magic rod more. Maximized fireballs are nothing to scoff at. Tenacious marsh doesn't sound interesting, but hopefully we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Forwards.
Be cool if it could stop raining for a little bit. Acid imbued giant slug. That sounds unpleasant. Jeez.
No strike wasted.
So what happened here? Second? Okay, that's not a huge deal. Regular chain shirt. Special leather scrap.
Roundus awaits us.
Okay. It's protection from acid.
The end
Little bit of
draws
heal.
near.
Any party that goes out without a cleric in this game must be cray-cray, in my opinion. Oh wow. What's up with this? Armaments for 3 guys just hanging out in a bush? Like someone was trying to set up an ambush. Oh yeah, I'm gonna see if I could set up stuff for him. I think I can. Okay.
I will
Is there
guide
really
us.
not much out here? Is this area just like, hey, do you guys want to fight a giant slug? Let me adjust the sound a bit. I was hoping for like a special effects dial.
Without a doubt.
Okay, yeah, this is just a not important area. Nothing
Forwards.
to see here, folks. Move along. I mean, conceivably that scrap of leather will be useful. We'll see. Sure. One sec. Okay. Angry spiders.
Here!
And I could have sworn she had sea invisibility. Haven't I been using that? I'm like positive she has it. No. And I need to be... Okay, so she knows them, but she can't cast them. Yeah, she hasn't even learned 5th level spells yet, but she has the tab for 6th level. One more fireball would be fun. To answer my own question, no, I do not have sea invisibility on her. Was it him? I know I've cast it once before.
A reckoning is at hand.
Well, okay. Maybe I'm a little crazy.
We shall overcome.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Attack!
I'll cut you.
Knock Knock used to lighting enemies on fire first. Be easier if you not fight back.
So fragile.
So it's down to 5 shocking grasps. So we did use 1. I didn't see it go off though. Okay. Small progress towards the achievement. Whoops. Ah, dang. Apparently we've gone just a little too far. Okay, cool. One of the book encounters. We stopped on the banks of the Stillen River. It was quiet. Too quiet. It was no secret that a whole flotilla of pirates called the Stillen their home, and King Iravetti hadn't lifted a finger against them. The oppressive silence and the sense of a looming threat were like a weight upon our backs. I began to count how many unfinished tasks we had on this side of the Stillen. Must we go west at all? No one was waiting to greet us on that foreign land. Okay, let's see if we see anything with this perception check. Above the splashing waves, we could barely make out the creak of a bowstring and the sound of a paddle slapping the water. Pirate boats were most definitely waiting for us, hidden along the opposite bank. Alright. You know, I don't really feel like calling out. I feel like that's just gonna get us shot. That's not the best. I kinda wanna back out of this. I didn't realize I was stepping into foreign territory right away. Okay, well, we'll shout out and see if we get shot or not. Silence reigned for a time, and then an answer came from the opposite shore. A harsh and rather rude voice informed us that if we wanted to cross the river, we'd have to pay. Alas, the price, everything we had, seemed rather high. Alright, let's back out for now. Because I was just idly curious in the west, but the east has lots of things I had to pass up that I didn't really want to pass up. And everyone's gonna get a little tired before we get there. It's a long trip.
More strength fades.
Everyone gets a nap. Alright, cool. They even get a meal. Okay. The kingdom marker has an exclamation mark. You can see if anything important popped up. I plan on spending most of this month just exploring highlighted points on the map. So I'll have to deal with any problems on the front side. Dang. Would have been fun to have a bard visit. Yeah, I don't have a warden. I'm not sure how to even get that slot to assign someone to it. An advisor wants to talk to me in the throne room. A trade taxes problem. Jubilist literally can't fail that. Another problem. Grim has a 50% chance of dealing with this. Event of the month. I mean, it's not important. We'll assign someone to that last. Troubled lands. This is normally a Rigongar thing. Herbalist. Just an opportunity. Okay, so the only thing that isn't easily dealt with is a little visit in the throne room. Okay. So yeah. It's always hard to tell exactly what you have dealt with. What you have left to handle, what you have dealt with, and what you would like to handle but don't have an open advisor for. I could use like a in-out box style thing. But let's see who's waiting for me in the throne room. Hopefully it's not too important and I can get back to cavorting around the lands. There's something important I wanted to discuss with you. It's not easy to admit, but recently the barony has grown so much that I feel it slipping my grasp. Please, ease my burden by finding someone for the position of curator of arts and education. It's a huge weight off my shoulders. I have other news as well, which I'm sure you will find agreeable. As you know, our neighbor, Galt, has been in chaos for years. Their ever-changing rulers destroy whatever that goes against their fickle doctrines, including scientists and creators, but one of them was recently able to escape to your lands. He is a publisher of a newspaper whose headquarters in Galt were burnt down after false accusation of slander. He wishes to move to the capital where he will enjoy your protection in exchange. has offered to found a new printing house. He escaped Galt with his plans for a printing machine with him and is ready to start his business here. With your permission and help, of course, I think it's a wonderful opportunity, not only to get our own newspaper, but to help an innocent man get back on his feet. What do you say? I was just thinking about Lindsay's printing shop. Lindsay publishes books, not newspapers. I doubt she'd be interested in this kind of endeavor, and our guest from Galt specializes in it. Okay, sure. Oh shit, we immediately lost the 100 PP. I wish he'd warned me about that. Wonderful. I shall immediately send a messenger to the poor fellow and inform him of your decision. His eyes flash with excitement. You have saved another soul from hopelessness and despair. Okay. And it looks like, more importantly, he unlocked a position for a new advisor. And eventually I'll have 10. That's a lot more than I expected. I'd stored a lot of my cooking ingredients because I felt like they were weighing me down, but I can handle them. I wonder if I'm close to leveling up. Yes, very. Sweet. Every level's pretty much more of the same for a fighter, especially a two-handed fighter. It's like a little more chance to hit, a little more damage maybe.
Forwards.
But for my spellcasters, it's a big deal. Gongard doesn't really hold his own, has a habit of dying. And Jubilost is pretty cool. I think I'll switch them back out again. I need to get some more spells in Jubilost's spellbook. He feels kind of limited on the spell front right now. I need like a proper mage to open up in my shop, shop in my capital. Am I still exclamation E? Everything's fine.
A rest would be welcome.
Wait, why are they unhappy? When your subjects are unhappy, they may become concerned or even start a riot. The unrest parameter reflects the level of stability of the community and the state of your barony. It is stable by default, but your actions as well as independent effects may affect it. There are 7 statuses of unrest your barony can have. If your kingdom prospers and your subjects are happy, your advisors will receive a bonus to the outcomes of events. If stability is low, advisors will find it hard to deal with problems and take advantage of opportunities. And we cannot drop below crumbling. Actually, let's check what our status is and let's assign that new advisor. Okay, curator. The other guy had a bigger bonus, but Lindsay is a really nice person. I don't really have a lot more to say to it than that. Okay. What's he on? I guess it doesn't matter. He's busy. But we can rank up. Shit. That was the project. And we're at negative 22 BP after that 100 BP string there. Okay. Let's see. The counselor is assisting the curator with the matters of culture. While active, event resolution uses 10 instead of the sum of the curator's ability bonus plus the bonus from the culture stat rank. Transition of power. Culture will end upon reaching culture rank 3. And we're only at rank 1. Oh, and later on we'll be able to claim the southern Gnarl Marches right there. And eventually Varnhold and Silver Steps. I kinda hope it's not the whole map. Part of me was thinking I'm like halfway through the game, and if that's the case, I'm probably not halfway through the game. Okay, time to enter the mill. While passing the windmill, we saw a curious thing. Goblins were squatting in the shadow of the building, doing what goblins do best, stuffing their faces. They gutted sacks of flour and were spreading the wealth. Some fried pancakes on an open fire, others threw pieces of dough into a bubbling pot, making some kind of dumplings. Yet others just rolled around in the white powder, shoving clumps down their throats. Ew. Bleh. All of them, without exception, were guzzling ale from kegs nearby, spilling it over each other and bellowing songs. When they spotted us, the merry goblins, possibly due to the ale, stood their ground. Instead of fleeing, they started to whistle and wave, inviting us to join their feast. In response, the Baron frowned, bared his weapons, and charged into battle. Shrieking, the goblins scattered and ran, kicking up clouds of flour. When the clouds settled, all of the goblins, there was no sign. Oh. I guess I should have accepted it. Can I load an autosave? In the capital? Sure, it's only a few minutes back. Now I'm curious what happens if there's not even a fight. And I've got to make sure I still have an advisor assigned. Okay. It's a shame there's so many loading screens in between managing the kingdom and not, but that's fine. It's an acceptable limitation. Okay, let's save before we get drunk with goblins. Oh, come on. Priest of Lamashtu. No fear, your time has come. Step back. Great Mother, ancestress of mothers, Lamashtu herself has called upon us to track you down and make you answer for your crimes. In your pride, you've overstepped yourself and incurred the anger of patroness of all dark and distorted. The priests of Lamashtu have their own paths, unknown to simple mortals like you. By interfering the cycle of worshipping and making one of the goddess's priests leave her sacred ways, you forever covered yourself with shame in the eyes of Lamashtu. For the persecution of those under the protection of our goddess, for your crimes committed against Great Mother, you are hereby marked in her eyes. The goddess herself revealed the punishment to us through nightmares. It falls upon us to curse the heretic who has wronged her. She is treacherous and spiteful, Titus. Think twice before dealing with her followers. Are you ready to bend before the will of Lamashtu? No, we're gonna attack. With a maximized fireball. As I said, with a maximized fireball. Whoa! Whoa!
I'm getting killed! All my knowledge! All my...
Is this?
An end.
I'm eating bread all over myself!
How many channels do you guys have? Okay, I could have easily handled that by just not accidentally interrupting that fireball casting.
I'm not afraid.
We shall overcome.
Like I said. Just needed to start that off right. And we're good.
Forwards.
I guess we should have expected a little trouble walking by a giant shrine to Lamashtu.
A rest would be welcome.
You need some rest. Well, let's just party with goblins. I've never been at a goblin party before, but it proved a little different from the late-night academy reveries. Using their crippled speech, the flower-drenched merrygoers explained the miller invited them to his house told them to take whatever they wanted, and was polite enough not to ruin the fun, and left soon after that. The food tasted as foul as to be expected, but ale was passable, and so soon all of us were tipsy. After these little troublemakers unmistakably recognized Baron as our leader, they offered him to pass several tests to become, part of the tribe. For the first test, they demanded him to deal with the terrible beast, the dog. Goblins and dogs, well, they don't get along. Neither with horses and, well, almost any animal that doesn't bite, sting, bite, or hiss. The Baron's task was to steal the miller's dog food plate, so he laughed and accepted. The dog proved rather big, but lazy and quiet. It was slumbering in the kennel, paying no heed to the nearby party. The dog's plate, covered in bones, lay before the kennel. The Baron... There's no way I can pass the stealth check. So I just took the plate. Noticing someone trying to steal its plate, the dog opened its eyes, raised its head and gave a half-hearted bark, then laid its head back on the ground and closed its eyes. After the goblins praised the Baron for his brilliant performance during the first test, they announced it was time for him to taste their ritual drink, a really nasty thing called jagwort. First glance, it proved to be ale, until we saw the dead toads bobbing in the barrel for flavor. Judging by the toad's color, they were poisonous. After the Baron saw the brew and smelled it, he... whatever, we're drinking it. They look like such happy goblins. You almost never see them so happy. The barrel smelled horrible. The goblins were scooping the ale in their dirty hands, and when that proved not enough, they dipped their entire heads in, fishing toads out of the barrel with their teeth, licking the toad's ale-blistered skin and tossing them back in. The Baron... was going to sip, but he smelled the ale, shook his head, and poured the beverage back in the barrel. Now we're drinking it. Drained the first keg to its dregs. The barrel smelled horrible. The goblins were scooping. Yeah. I dropped dead, just having smelled it, but the Baron downed the horrific beverage without even wincing. Clapping their hands, the goblins brought him another keg. He, again, drained it. During the second keg, the Baron turned pale. Drops of sweat appeared on his forehead, but he drained the second keg without complaint. But those little bastards seemed determined to send him to an early grave. They were already handing him the third keg. The Baron drained this one as well. The Baron's face turned pale, then red. His eyes burned with tears. Unable to keep it down, he spat the horrible beverage into some goblin's face and started to cough. The goblins hurried to whack the Baron's back, laughing, either to help him clear his throat, or congratulating him on passing another test. And now be third test, the goblins howled and cheered. It seemed they decided they had tortured the art of cooking enough for one day, so they sought to abuse the art of poetry instead. They were going to sing a song, and the Baron was offered to improvise and add the missing lines. He answered, why not? This is so great. Accompanying the song with percussions. Percussions were everything the goblins could reach. Sticks, branches, forks, pans. They started to creak out a rhythm, as well as they were able. Goblins, sing for you this song. How be smart and fit and strong. How be the goblin best. Goblin lasses be all impressed. Goblins fight and goblins bite. Goblins steal and goblins hide. But the best is goblin skill. Is that his belly's hard to fill. Manticore deep in the wood, eat goblin's food not good, so as to not be his prey. Scream like hell and run away. Goblin King be strong and wise, Manticore he want full-sized, but we better eat and drink. So a toast to Goblin King. Goblin sang this song to you. If you be a goblin new, Always heed these simple rules, and your belly will stay fools. No. Also learn to wipe your drools. Goblins don't like the rhyme. Instead of singing on, they started to whistle and throw flour at us and each other. In a heartbeat, the impromptu concert turned into a skirmish. Finally, the food and ale were exhausted. Casting sad glances at the empty sacks and barrels, an elder goblin sighed and started a speech about how he remembered the happy old times when they were full, but no one seemed to be listening. As the old goblin rambled on, another goblin, slurring his words, invited us to the next party in their village, and, after many false starts, gave us directions on how to reach it. A dubious honor, indeed, but a useful bit of information, and after that the sodden merry-goers stumbled away, burping and licking their fingers happily. 135 experience. I would have loved if we'd leveled up off that. 20 experience away from leveling up off that. Deeply disappointing. Looks like I can't claim that.
A rest would be welcome.
Poor main character. Having to drink all that goblin ale. Not getting to sleep it off.
Forwards.
We've already been in this map set. It just didn't have bandits. Well now, man, look. Corpse that don't know it's dead yet. This isn't Fist of the North Star. What, you come to loot this place? The leader bares his teeth. You're too late. We were here first, and we're keeping what we found. We're scholars, see? This is our find. Hey Titus, what is scholar? Like hero or bad thing? Would you look at that? Quite a pet, eh? Wouldn't mind getting this one myself. Huh, sounds like Goblin King, all proud and aloof. Scholar thing must be bad word after all. We'll give them one chance to get out of here. Oh, is that so? We'll see who buries who. Doesn't look like they're attacking us right away.
Ready and willing.
This sounds like another chance for maximized fireball. Oh yeah. 60 damage everywhere. Man, I really love maximized fireball. I don't need the great sword or the, well, half plate's worth 3 times what it weighs. I've picked stuff up for less. Didn't even get to use your scroll of haste. How ironic. Don't think that counts as a secret passage, really. Oh, we leveled up.
Me see, me keep.
Done and done.
My search was not in vain.
I did as you asked.
You do?
Child's play.
Okay, so there's been a lot of Cyclops iconography recently. Definitely
I was
getting the feel
successful
that
in my search.
Cyclopses are going to be a big deal soon. Missed. Nice. massive sarcophagus lies before you. In the dim light, you can see the edges of gleaming carvings that wind their way along the sides and up across this lid of the sepulcher. Examine it. Oh, succeed. Nice. It was a high check. You step closer to take a better look at the sarcophagus lid and suddenly see deep scratches on its smooth, gleaming surface. Judging by the lid, it was slid aside and then slid back into place. Also, you notice rows of small round holes covering the lid. Were they made to let air flow into the coffin? So maybe it's got a vampire or something undead, and it slides out and back in? Examine the carvings. The carvings on the coffin depict an ancient Cyclopean empire. They speak of a rebellion when human tribes rose against their masters. Judging by the images, the riot was brutally suppressed. The leader of the rebels was caught, and the human army slaughtered. Walk around the sarcophagus. You walk around, studying where it meets the floor. As you do, you notice fresh tracks in the dust. Someone's been here recently. Let's step back, level up, and save before we open this. Must have been someone else making those perception checks for me. Because I've let my perception slip behind. Can I mark a feature as unrecommended for myself? Doesn't look like it. Okay. We need to start working on our crit feat chain. Yeah, well, we've got improved critical. That's probably why I moved to the bottom. So we'll just take critical focus. I believe that is required for some of the further crit abilities. I wish I could see the feat tree. That'd be real handy. Seize the moment will be real good later. I could just take seize the moment and force someone else to take it right now. Yeah, I'll make knock knock and... Yeah, even if Akundio took it, it looks like it would proc it from my main character. Oh no, I think ranged attacks don't technically threaten. So it's only on the frontliners. If I were keeping Amiri on the front line... Actually, even not then, Amiri doesn't crit much. It's pretty much just between Knock Knock and my main guy. So no, we'll take critical focus.
A rest would be welcome.
Advanced talents. Let's see what we got coming down the line. No attacks of opportunity. 2 points of strength damage is a big deal. So crippling strike is good. Dispelling attack is also really good. Double debilitation is good. Opportunist is also good. So yeah, lots of good things. The crippling strike is going to be consistently good. Dispelling attack is good situationally. So crippling strike it is.
Please not ref score.
Okay, so bewildering only affects AC for the rogue. Yeah, and this is only against the rogue. Okay, so it looks like I don't have to activate that, it's just on. Easy enough. No attacks of opportunity is good. I can get improved critical with a regular feat. Can't take improved precise shot normally. So these are good feats. These are letting me exceed the normal limits. Improved criticals, like the standard good one, but it's the only one I'd be able to get normally. Let me back out for a second. I'm not even sure what the crit range is on a bow. 20. Okay. So he only crits on a 20. so the improved critical, not the best. Point Blank Master will probably save his life at some point. So we'll just go with that. Favorite enemy. I feel like we're going to be fighting Cyclopses soon, which I believe falls under monstrous humanoids. Come on, at least tell me what it covers. Whatever. Pretty sure monstrous humanoids cover Cyclopses. Yeah, here we go. Giant humanoids. That's weird. So I can pick humans and giant humanoids? Okay, that'll be good. Humans are a staple enemy. Not sure why he's picking it twice. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, and only human shows up on this page. But
To your orders.
let's see what happens now. So he's got a 3 next to that. I don't know what that 3 means. Whatever. Okay. Even more sneak attack. Do I want to choose a new spell specialization? We're level 10, so it'll count as level 12. Fireball caps at level 10. I don't think I even have all of these spells. Well, if I take Scorching Ray, that'll give me 1 extra ray. Then... let's see. Ooh, communal stone skin. Requires 10 diamond dust. Ouch. Wish there a way to cast it and just have it subtract gold from your pouch. That'd be handy. I've seen Cloud Kill used very effectively. And you do just take 42 damage. You just take half if you pass the save. Baleful Polymorph is basically a save or die. This would be good for a dog. But all of these are personal range. They don't really benefit a wizard so much. Lions aren't that hot. Kinda cold's good. I think we're definitely gonna have to go with some of the different styles of spell here. Dominate person's a big deal. Yeah, Feeble Mind's a good setup spell. Hold monster is good. Whoa, fog lasts for 30 minutes? But the duration of the mind affecting effect is only 1 round per level. Meh. Summons are always good. Meh. I'm always a fan of the more direct spells like Cloud Killed and Cone of Cold. But some of these other spells are quite nice. I'll go with one control spell. And one killy spell. Then go back. Can I pick Cone of Cold? I can pick Icy Prison, which I can learn this level. Yeah, Cone of Cold. Okay, Cone of Cold. Cool.
I need to catch my breath.
Okay. The Cognitogen's really cool. Makes you smarter. I mean, can do other things, but smarter is the best choice. Holy bombs might be good. Yeah, we'll just go with Holy Bombs. Situational, but handy. Oh wait, I can't go level without maxing out Trickery. Wish I could have him learn lower level spells actually. Hmm. 40 feet of blind sight. Niche, but useful. I can take Elemental Body and cast it on Hawkbow. That can actually be really good. Neutralize poison would have been handy previously. We've taken a lot of spider bites. Wait, since when does Restoration take 2 diamond dust? The cleric has been casting it without diamond dust. What the hell? And this is just not a great spell list. I mean, okay, blindsight it is. That's the one that has the most effect, really. Okay.
A rest would be welcome.
Let's see what's in this. To your horror, the sides of the coffin are raked with scratches and dried blood. Someone was buried here, and they were desperately trying to get out. But despite the scratch marks, there's nothing inside. The sarcophagus is empty. In the darkness behind you, you hear a faint rustling sound. An involuntary shiver runs down your spine. All of a sudden, the grinding of stone erupts around you. The lids of sarcophagi along the walls begin to slide open. Let's see, got a skeleton.
We shall overcome.
Couple skeletons, no baby.
Repent!
Jeez. One-shotting a skeleton with an arrow is exceedingly difficult. They have damage resistance against piercing attacks. So... our ranger's a badass. As per normal.
Without a doubt.
Okay. That like glowing light source reminds me of the card Witch Orb in Magic the Gathering. I don't use the card a lot, but it's not bad. This door
We'll do it the hard way.
looks like it should be openable.
Attack!
I haven't used his Harm Undead in quite a while.
Your life ebbs low.
I need to catch my breath.
For this fight, there was no need. Okay, so these paths are new. They weren't open before the skeletons broke out to try and attack me.
Finish them quick.
Ferocious skeletal
The
champion.
beginning of the hunt.
Killed before you even got to walk up to me.
Shiny thing.
A rest would be welcome.
I mean, guys, just getting to soak up a bunch of arrows there.
Notice awaits us.
Magritium Turinos.
But that's okay.
Forward.
That's one of the things fighters are good at.
I'm positive I found something.
Eating damage.
I did as you asked.
What was that? Got a column that was introduced to acid. Herb of water? Cold aura. I have no idea what that does. Plus 2 DC to cold spells. I mean, if it gave armor, I would use it.
Without a doubt.
I'm getting that feely feel. I'm gonna save.
A rest would be welcome.
Done and done.
Script covered leather. I found one piece like that before.
I did as you
I'm not
asked.
sure how many it takes for the artisan to put it together, though. Ah, yeah. The door is a door that opens. And now we're fighting.
What a waste.
Okay. Let's get those channels completely unnecessary. We're over leveled for this, I guess. Another scrap. Nice. And a floor pad.
I did as you asked.
With basic goodies.
I don't like surprises.
Oh, come on, Arun. What kind of adventurer doesn't like surprises?
Done and done.
Our
I
path
see
leads
something.
Patience. Each
Wait,
step brings us
Arun,
closer
you're
to
not the
the
truck guy.
end.
I did as you asked.
Now, the only question is, are those traps to keep people out, or to keep something in?
I
A
won't let
rest
you
would be
down.
welcome.
And I can't help but notice that these guys haven't seen me yet.
You've lost the chance to resolve this peacefully.
Do not hold back.
Knock knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
We shall
Octavia pissed them
overcome.
off real hard. I mean, that's only reasonable. But, I'm not used to her getting focused that fast. Oh, little touch up. And it's like nothing bad ever happened.
Me see, me keep.
Oop.
I did as you asked.
Winged amulets and an angry ancient golem. Ancient golem inspect failed. Knowledge arcana. Check result 20. Oh, wait, no, roll 6. I was like, how did we fail in a 20? Okay, so everyone just rolled below 10. Understandable.
A rest would be welcome.
Let's see what he's got. Breath weapon. Fortitude. The great poison.
Ends you.
And you're suddenly provoked.
Yeah.
Could be worse. And could
That
be
hurts.
That was a cool
Knock
death
knock
animation.
tired. Legs weak. Stomach empty.
Okay. Looks like only one person actually took damage. I mean,
What do we have here?
poison damage.
Ooh, shiny thing.
Yes, I'm still here.
Patricium Turinos.
Okay. solve that up real quick. And then get some heals out.
Lotus follows in
Make sure you're
my
targeting
steps.
yourself. Yeah, it's personal. Never mind.
Magritium Durinos. Magritium Durinos.
Alright, healed up, ready to find out what's going on in this temple. One of these pillars does
Done
not
and done.
have the wing going around it. Traces a black suit on its surface.
What's the holdup?
I get the feeling that it needs a fire spell. Maybe that wasn't direct enough?
This spell's not supposed to work like that.
Okay, we can't target it even if we want
Here!
to. I'm sure we do something, and that'll open that door. I bet I still have an alchemist fire. Yeah, alchemist fire and a acid flask. Let's save before we waste these, not that these are valuable anymore.
Outdoor adventures are good for skin and body shape, but they just ruin the hair. This spell's not supposed to work like that. This spell's not supposed to work like that.
Okay, so we can't even target it like that.
I did as you asked.
Okay. Let's see, gloves of dilling. Already have those.
I've broken a nail.
Staring at you from the bas relief is an ugly one-eyed creature, surrounded by a strange whirlpool. Yeah, okay. The check was failed by Octavia.
You require my assistance?
Let's see what your boss can do. Looks like we only get the one chance. Okay, I know I'm missing something. I'm going to explore the other rooms and see if there's any clues there. We still have to head up this way.
Look ahead.
Potion of Blair, that's pretty nice.
Stop. Look.
Are we out? Or just down?
I did as you asked.
Looks like just down.
Look ahead. Forwards.
Oh, look!
This place is trapped to hell.
Done and done. I did as you asked.
Stop. Look.
Stop. Trap time.
I did as you asked.
Lonely
I
Warrior.
grant you death.
I've seen one of these before. Looks like he's got very heavy damage reduction.
That one went deep.
And we're surrounded. Okay.
I
Okay. Probably just time to die and let the melee guys handle it.
All my knowledge, all my genius.
At an edge.
Strike as one.
Cannot hide from me.
Do not hold back.
Become as dust.
I shall not falter. Forgive me for this failure. Without a doubt.
Fight was a little closer than I would have liked. Okay. Everybody
Well,
gather
sorry.
up.
Was
Time for
lost
that good
before.
touch. Alright, that's all the good stuff.
I'm going. Don't rush me.
Should probably step out and take a real nap so I can refresh those. Ooh, magic greatsword. Frost greatsword +1. I've had a frost greatsword +1 for 5 levels.
We
I
march
got a little
ahead.
blue vault right there. Got excited. Shouldn't have.
You can thank me now.
They die in agony, clutching their throats and scratching inner walls of their eternal prisons. Alright, it's a little creepy. Ring of Luck. Ooh. That's pretty cool. That'd go good with my Ring of Protection. Where'd you get to? Come on. I don't have many rings. And someone else can have the Ring of Protection +2.
I did it. I did.
+1 undead being great axe. That'd be real handy if I had a Miri with me right now. Okay, save.
A rest would be welcome. I will guide
Back
us.
up to the top. Okay, I'll head out to the main map, so when I rest it doesn't take rations. Oh, it's important. I missed something big. This phenomenon is quite similar to what transpires in the Stolen Lands, at a place the local populace refer to as the Ghost Stone. It's a hill surrounded by forest and crowned by gigantic stone. The people say that at night the hilltop emanates bright light, while the hill itself is surrounded by thick fog swarming with eerie, sinister shadows. The stone has resided at the hilltop since times immemorial. Those who could have recounted its tale or read the dead language of its inscriptions have long passed away. However, possessing a most intimate knowledge of the history of Avestan, I can claim with full certainty that it is one of those places where the veil separating the planes of existence grows especially thin. It is for this reason that portals to other worlds open in such places. through which all manners of mysterious creatures can travel. The folk tales show overwhelming evidence of this. The fog, the strange shadows, the noises. The stolen lands abound with such legends like no other part of this world. But for the dangers that await the would-be explorers in this wilderness, it is exceedingly difficult to investigate such accounts with due rigor. Okay. And of transmutation and bodily poisons is something I need for a quest.
Without a doubt.
Hello, I'm thinking of getting this game and would like to know about the progression. Is this game slow in terms of story progression? Is combat often? Or you can have long story sessions in between things? I'd say it's middle of the road in both. The story never feels slow. I'm constantly being forced to do something to save my kingdom. In fact, my guys are level 10, and this is the second time I felt like I had a lot of time to explore. The game probably starts out just a little slow, but not much, since you know exactly what you need to do. And is combat often? I'd say combat's quite frequent. But yeah, if you got any other questions, I'm happy to answer them. This game is definitely a lot better if you've played the Pathfinder tabletop role-playing game. It's very faithful to the role-playing game, and a lot of the times you can directly translate skill at building characters in the Pathfinder RPG directly to this game. And like if you played Neverwinter Nights or something like that, those are pretty faithful reproductions of like the 3.5 role-playing game, and how they translated that to the video game world. But I feel like this game is even more faithful. Someone definitely liked the Pathfinder rule set when they were making this game. So hopefully that helps you make your choice. But yeah, as far as is this a good game or not, I've very much enjoyed it. You've played Pillars of Eternity 1, but found the story to be too slow for my liking. Yeah, I felt exactly the same way. I played Pillars of Eternity 1 to about chapter 3, and I would say this is a much better game. Ooh, shiny wall. The closer you get to the magic bearer, the louder a whisper just on the verge of hearing. It says over and over, the door will open to the strongest. Defeat the monsters. Get the key from the dungeon. The key is hidden between two rivers falling into the same lake. On its shore, find it and come. The door will open to the strongest. That's fucking cool. And I've got one flame. I wonder if this door is related to multiple areas. Because there aren't many enemies left in this dungeon. Let's see. Do you think can someone with no idea about Pathfinder pick it up? I would say it would be difficult. The only thing that would make it really difficult, though, is the game's based on a d20 system, which means you basically roll a 20-sided dice to see how successful you are with any action. 20 being the best and 1 being the worst. And after that, the only difficult thing would be picking your feats. So like in abilities, you'll see that I have a lot of feats as a fighter. As a fighter, you get a feat every level. And there's like 100 feats in the game, and your selection of feats is very important. So you might want to have the Pathfinder wiki open, which would be SRD D20. Let me see if I can pull that up for a second for you. I have it hot linked. Okay, so this is the D20, www.d20pathfindersrd.com, and the feats are right here. And on this page, there's just a shit ton of feats, because it has every feat in Pathfinder. The Pathfinder video game does not have every single feat. It'd be cool, but probably impossible to integrate into the UI in any understandable format. But basically, let's see. There's a way for it to show it in like a feat tree. Anyway, yeah, sure, 1 second. That's the link that leads directly to combat feats, which are probably the most important feats. So, okay. That'll help you design your character, and probably, if you play it and don't know much about Pathfinder, you should allow the game to auto-build your character. But it won't be as powerful as some of like the best, most creative builds. It'll just be a good character, and you'll play through a good story with a solid character. But there's some people on YouTube who are specifically making videos of this on how to make like really cool characters, and some of those are really crazy, but they take to like level 16 to get into, and I've been playing this game for a good 60 hours-ish, and I'm level 10. I think I'm about halfway through. It's a really big game. It's really good. I mean, I'll just say that, and that the more you know about Pathfinder, the more you'll like it, which is why I like it so much. But I do just highly recommend the game.
Without a doubt.
Okay, so it looks like we've gone to every area. Oh, okay, there was a little bit of loot we missed in here, despite me looking over this room pretty heavily. Anyway, I think if you look up a build guide or something, it's important to know what you're trying to build before you start, because there's no way to go back and reallocate feats. Ancient Cyclops coin. Sweet, cool. I'm glad I could help you make that decision. Okay, I think I'm actually going to spend a moment and look up how to get through this room. This is the Lonely Barrow. I'm going to leave my guys here 1 second. Let's see if I can, yeah. Okay, it's open later in the game. Oh, you disabled the 3 that are still active. Fire, electric, and water, ice. That's cool. The key is in a well in your town. Man. Okay, yeah, there's so much to this game. Alright, I don't remember exactly where those pillars were, but it shouldn't take too long to find.
I will guide us.
This is cool, like... Oh, I stepped on that pillar to activate this door.
Our path leads on.
Don't think this is one of the ones I actually interact with. Could be wrong. Anyway, what I was going to say is this is actually the most audience interaction I've ever had. So this has been fun. Feel totally free to keep typing.
Me see, me
Oh,
keep.
trapped.
Done and done.
Okay, I know there's at least one that said it was like acid etched. And we've got the acid splash cantrip, so that's an easy one to get off. Nothing in here. Okay, this was the acid etched one. Let's see if anything happens when I hit that.
Outdoor adventures are good for skin and body shape. This spell's not supposed to work like that.
I wonder if I got trolled. I mean, I don't see a way to
I won't let you
interact
down.
with them like that.
This spell's not supposed to work like that.
No.
You can count on me.
I don't have any AoE acid spells. Okay. Man, people are talking about using the spells online, but I can't get that to work.
Without a doubt.
I'll probably do that off stream and just come back and fiddle with it for however long it takes. Might even watch a video of someone doing it, but I feel guilty watching a video of someone doing it while I'm making videos. She does have Acid Splash as a cantrip, and I tried a couple times to cast it, but since it wasn't an enemy, she wouldn't target it. That's why she's saying that's not how the spell works. Okay, even more places. And Varnhold is one of the neighboring barons' capital city, I guess. So now it's back to just general exploring. Before this, my barony was beset by a plague of people exploding and turning into monsters. It was kind of like fantasy horror-esque almost. The people would eat
Without a doubt.
this seed, and the seed was connected to like another dimension, which was named the First World, which is like the land that the gods created before this one to test out how things work. It's the home of the Fae. Ooh. big elementals. But anyway, monsters would come through those seeds, and as monsters came through, they would explode the people that they came through. Okay. Maybe not as big a deal as I thought. Definitely not as big a deal as I thought. I think Dog succeeded on a trip attempt.
I will guide us.
So that was a pretty big deal. I had to totally focus my efforts on that and didn't get to do much exploring. So I found a bunch of points of interest on my map, and now I'm going back and clearing those out. Every week that passes in the game, I get some BP, which means build points. And those are used to build your capital and resolve certain like kingdom events. And right now I'm in the negatives on build points since an event came up in dialogue that took 100 build points and I didn't have quite 100. So now I get to go out, adventure and pastime, and my kingdom will slowly build up resources. It's a pretty satisfying loop. I wouldn't say it's a loop like Monster Hunter where it's like all you're doing. Yeah, okay, so I've finally gotten positive in BP. Now I have 15 again. Hilltop Trail. But I want to see what's up on Talon Peak. Okay, I can't get there. I might actually have to go through Hilltop Trail to get there.
Need to catch my breath.
Still don't see a way there. Let's take an early rest. Is exploration a big thing in the game, or would you just consider exploration just for quests? It's hard to say. Because you're on the main map a good percentage of the game. And like exploring your map and finding the points of interest, I wouldn't say it's one of the main ways you progress, but
We shall
it is
overcome.
satisfying.
Some rest, isn't it?
It's a way to say that, yeah, these are my lands, I'm protecting them now, I know what's going on in them. So, I'd say it's a part, not a huge part, but satisfying. But it's definitely not just for quests. But sometimes in the quest they'll just say, I think there's a problem to the east or the west, or they'll even give you a particular named area, but it won't be on your map, so sometimes you're just flailing around for a little bit and using clues to try and find it. What's interesting is that all of this is based off an actual Pathfinder adventure.
Forwards.
I guess it was one of the more popular ones. But you could buy that separately, and it would have like a crazy amount of detail for the world that the video game doesn't really get into. So you'd have all the maps and details about like the motivations of some of the NPCs and stuff. Because that was provided for people who would be running the game in a tabletop setting. Portal. And those cool plants and things mean that this is a portal to the first world, which is that area the exploding seeds were coming from. Can you play that game single player? Do you mean the one I was just talking about? The ones that you would buy the book for? Not really. That would be for if you wanted to be the dungeon master for this setting, to play it in the Pathfinder tabletop game. Now you could read it and just enjoy the setting, but that wouldn't be what it would be built for sure.
Forwards.
I'm not afraid.
We shall overcome. I shall not
Jesus.
falter.
Whoa. Okay, my dude's down. Holy shit. Okay, we suddenly need... Okay, maybe exhausting will help.
Amateurs.
Okay, go. Okay, no focus could go. Or everyone focus, I'm sure.
Repent.
More like it.
I'm glad I had him take the feat where he doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity for using his bow when things are right next to him. Okay,
Grotus awaits us.
that was real hurt.
Patience.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Without a doubt.
Oh, another guy found his way here. And he had sweet bracers of armor plus 5. Those will sell for a pretty penny. Looks like that's all that was going on here. Have you played Tyranny? I like that one a lot more than Pillars of Exile. I have not. I have it on my wish list. I might have even bought it, I don't recall, but I did not have time to play it yet. I try and only dive into one RPG at a time, otherwise I lose interest eventually. I know Tyranny came out way before this one, but I only recently got it, or I think I got
Forwards.
it. Sometimes I'll just buy things when they're on sale and not be able to get to them yet.
Without a doubt.
But, Pillars was very good, but super slow storyline. Yeah.
I will guide us.
I found the combat in Pillars of Eternity frustrating. Like, my characters kept stepping on each other's toes. I probably could have sucked up my pride and turned the difficulty down and enjoyed it. But, part of me just won't let me accept beating a game on less than normal. You guys are saying Tyranny was fun right off the bat? Yeah, Torment of Numenera. That got good reviews. I was interested in that one. Tell me what you guys liked about Tyranny and Torment. Like, what about them stood out for you?
I need to catch my breath.
Whoa, jeez. I've gotten way off the trail I planned on being on.
not afraid.
Ooh, Elder Earth Element.
Knock knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Let's... I wonder what its will save is. That'd be so funny if we killed it with Phantasmal Killer. Looks like that was a no. We're gonna need some haste.
I shall not falter.
And some heals. Okay,
I need to catch my breath.
that was just a random encounter, so we don't even get good loot from it. So yeah, you guys are saying in Torment, your choices really matter, which is pretty important for me. And in Tyranny, the fast-paced story and the combat was good. I think for, like, streaming purposes, I would play Tyranny first then.
Strength fades.
But yeah, I do love a really good story. That's like half the reason I play single-player games now. If I don't want story, I'll just play a multiplayer thing. Oh yeah, Planescape is, in my opinion, the best story in computer role-playing games, like, bar none. When you finish that, it is an amazing journey.
I need to catch my breath.
I like the idea of the concept behind Tides of Numenera, like the future-y setting. And the guy who wrote it did a lot of the work for Planescape Torment, which, like I was saying, in my opinion is like bar none the pinnacle of computer role-playing games.
Used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Repent! Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought. Each step brings us closer to the end.
I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm glad you guys are joining me for this. Every other time I streamed I could sometimes get one person in the room, but they would never talk. And Numenera is referenced in this game, which I think is cool, but I'm pretty sure they're in very different time settings. They're just on the same planet. Yeah, Planescape Torment. It's hard to even put my finger on why it was so amazing. But that's almost one I should, I don't like playing a game again, but I should go back, read the wiki. I'm sure there's a bunch of fan fiction set in that setting. It'd be good to like just dive in and kind of refresh myself on all the events that happened. I haven't played it for a little over 10 years now.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
welcome.
Amulet of natural armor. 4 con damage, which is unfortunate. Heal up one of that just by resting.
I suppose I'll head to Numeria when I grow tired of these lands.
See? Yeah.
There are enough
We're talking
mysteries
about
there to
Numeria.
captivate my inquisitive mind.
Oh, you should most certainly go. I can almost picture the Technic League maniacs clapping you in chains and making you their guinea pig. Though something tells me that you couldn't survive it for long.
And Octavia was a slave that escaped from Numeria. Plus 8 con. Okay, that might be all of it. Yeah, it was. Property of the House Trustrin. Can I get into these caves? No. One moment that I remember really clearly from Planescape Torment was there was a guy in town selling a bunch of foods, and the foods were all very vividly detailed, and they talk about how they sort of evoke feelings and memories in your character, but they didn't have any mechanical benefit. You could go through the entire game and they weren't important to the story, they weren't, like, irrelevant, which for me at that time was novel almost, that there were so many things you could do and experience, and the game's just like, hey, you can do it if you want, but like it's not a game thing, it's just you get to experience something, and that was the benefit. You just got to read the writing. I think for Pillars of Eternity, I would just read the plot synopsis.
Forwards.
The actual gameplay for me wasn't quite good enough to want to get into again. Pile of torn sheets of paper scribbled on in steady handwriting. The text is faded and almost unreadable. You know, Lisa, my father always used to scold me, saying, "Ever, you shouldn't wag your tongue so much." I never listened. Remember the day of matchmaking? The headsman's son came to you, gave you those nice boots only city ladies wear, and his servants brought a barrel of honey and a crate of sausages. Then Manger Smith came, brought an ornate door casing, skillfully crafted locks, and piles of other housewares, and said he was going to decorate a house for the two of you with all he crafted. I came late in the evening, after all of them had left, and all I brought was a pouch of wildflowers. I set them on the porch and said, "I saw a Nixie crying in the forest. She'd planned to make a lantern of my heart, but she found my heart was already taken. It's bad fortune to make Nixies cry, so Lady Lisa, would you go to the forest and give the heart you've taken to anyone who may need it more than you?" You told me I was such a fool, and then you kissed me. For a wedding, you invited your relatives, the old miller's widow, and stupid Aesel, the fisherman, out of pity. I suspect as no one else wanted to spend time around him. I invited frogs, wind, and the full moon. "Brother Moon," I said, "please be so kind as to share your light with everyone." The frogs sang along with Aesel, and you were more beautiful than the moon and more cheerful than the spring wind. Eri was about to turn 5, and Mika was just 4. And I'd spent a month dragging fish to the cliff and causing a stupid wyvern who just wouldn't be lured. When I finally lured her, I chased her through the bushes, collecting her silver scales here and there after they fell. It wouldn't have been so hard to decorate our garden with those scales if I hadn't done it at night. Then the morning came, and our children went silent, their mouths agape. Hundreds of silver lights sparkled atop apple and cherry trees. I hid my scratched hands in my sleeves and scoffed. "This isn't so special. You've never noticed how the stars hide in the trees from the cunning skycat? You looked at me without a word, but I could hear your words in my mind. You're such a fool, Ivor. I love you. I don't remember how I came up with the story of the silver dragon. I came home late with a black grouse I'd shot and said, "It was a hard fight. I just couldn't aim properly. This dragon kept peeping out from the clouds, blinding me with his shiny silver wings." You saw a real dragon, Dad? Not the whole dragon, no. You see, the only way to see the dragon is if two loving souls climb up on the cliff under a new moon, hand in hand. At the time, I wasn't thinking about how dark the night was, or how steep the path up the cliff at the top was, especially for little feet, or how wet the rocks were after the rain. I was just looking at you, wishing it was us, two loving souls hand in hand, sneaking away up to the skies, as we did when we weren't that much older than Ari and Mika. The next morning when you woke first and it was you who found our children's bed empty, you said nothing to me then. Not then, not when we walked through the misty woods, not when we found Mika's doll at the start of the path leading to the cliff. You kept silent as I ascended from the chasm with Ares' body in my hand. You said nothing when Azel brought Micah's body, found further out at the lake shore near the cliff. You're such a fool, Ivar. You wag your tongue too much. It was just a story, another of your stupid fairy tales. How could it end this way? I'm so sorry, Lisa. Better you'd married the smith, or the headsman's son, or even stupid Azel. Anyone but me. It's all my fault. Forgive me, please. And let me go. Today I'll go to the children's graves and...
Without a
Damn.
doubt.
Oh, man.
I will guide us.
I had some fucking feels to it. And Nixie, slim and disheveled, is sobbing. Noticing strangers, she flinches. Not again. What are you doing here? What do you want? Go away. If my family sees you, you're as good as dead, I promise. What's your name? I'm Lika. This is our home. Though we've let other people live around here too. Oh, we never should have done that. We should have chased those foolish bumpkins away as soon as they started building their houses here. Now they brought disaster down on us all. Why are you crying? My family kicked me out, all because of what I did to that stupid boat. Everyone was furious when the evil box fell in the lake, but I was just trying to do the right thing. I'm no enemy of the Fae. If you're an enemy, you'd be just a few bubbles on the lake's surface by now. But here I am, see? Still standing and talking with you. Can you tell me what happened? Those men brought trouble. The ones from the big boat. They came from Tours of Levines and brought that scary box with them. Even the fish in the lake could tell the box was very, very evil. But those fools in the boat just laughed, bowing to the box, calling themselves Charon's Chosen or something. They claimed he'd reward them soon. I was the one who rewarded them, though. I made them crash that big boat against the foot of the high cliff and sink themselves. What did you say? Charon. The Horseman of Death. The most powerful archdemon of Abaddon. That is bad, very bad. An ancient deity. I thought only historians would remember him now, if he still has an active cult these days. Did you drown the travelers? Yes. That was the last anyone saw of them. The evil box sunk too, the Nixie sobs. If I hadn't done it, they'd have opened the box, you understand? Then something terrible would have happened. What's in the box? How should I know? I just know the box is evil. Everyone but stupid humans can sense it. Fish started jumping ashore after the box fell in the lake. Wolves took their hunting up north to get away from it, and the humans wanted to open it. First the ones from the boat, and now these other ones came from it. That's quite a story. What does it have to do with me? Now the Nixies are mad at all strangers, they say. All strangers bring trouble. First they brought an horrible ancient thing here, and now other strangers are trying to fish out the lake and open it. Let's drive everyone but us Nixies away. Then we'll have peace and quiet again, like before. The Nixie sobs again. You said someone's trying to open the box again. Who is it? More strangers. They hid in the cave near the lake. They've been using hooks and big nets to try to retrieve the box. It's a treasure, that's what they say. How can that thing be a treasure? It's a huge scary box that has picture of a one-eyed skull with a coin on it. I don't know where it came from, but I know it's somewhere I'd never want to visit. I can help you. She looks at you timidly. You look really strong. Can you do something about that evil box, maybe? I just wish it would disappear. Then all the other Nixies would forgive me and stop being angry at the humans. I'll help if I can. Ah, I see someone mentioning The Witcher 3, a truly patrician game. Yeah, The Witcher 3 was a complete masterpiece. Every side quest had, like, a turn or some twist in the plot. Nothing was ever just kill X of Y. It might have seemed like kill X of Y, but there was always going to be something to make it more interesting.
Stand with me.
Alright. Like a monk? Talon of the Wise? The corpse of a tall man lies torn apart on the shore. The man was probably an experienced fighter in life, but didn't do him much good in the end. You notice a tuft of red fur clenched in the dead man's hand. Whoever killed this man, it seems unlikely it was a tatzelworm.
Forwards.
Red fur. That doesn't ring any bells for what kind of creature it would be. Not right away. Speaking of The Witcher, if this were The Witcher, we'd suddenly be doing an investigation scene where he would be analyzing the exact type of laceration received, where they were received, and using that to deduce what kind of creature did the killing. My goodness, such a dog. He put the moves on the headsman's mare. Oh, so we got a proper village here.
I will guide us.
Done and done.
Luckily, we've got 3 characters that are all good with unlocking, so the chance of one of these locked boxes getting away from me is pretty low.
I did as you asked.
Okay, grilled eel recipe. And now it's mine. I want cyberpunk. Yeah, so does everyone. Welcome to Brevis's roadside shop. Judging from his accent and his fine clothes, this trader isn't from around here. What's causing all the fuss around here? You mean those fish jumping ashore? These fools believe that it's thanks to their patron, the Silver Dragon. He suddenly decided to provide the villagers with a feast and send them this gift. Idiots. I don't know the real reason those fish are jumping, but if it were me, I wouldn't get too close to those fish or the lake. You sent me a letter, right? About a hunter named Ivar and his silver dragon stories? Sure have. He's a resourceful one, to be sure. Made the whole area believe he's some chosen one, the spokesman for the silver dragon. These idiots around here listen to everything he says and do whatever he asks. It's strange, though. After this Ivar fellow came to the village with his sack of silver scales and his ridiculous stories about the silver dragon, things in the area started to change. There was this wolf pack. He used to cut through the local cattle like a housewife cuts through vegetables. After Ivar got here, the wolves won't even come close to local cows. Same with the monsters in the woods. They don't take step one towards the village or its people. It's all pretty strange if you ask me. Very strange indeed. Surprised to see a trader here. I usually buy hides from local hunters, but sometimes they come up with some rather intriguing trophies. No wonder though, considering the number of different beasts living in these woods. I could probably pass this intimidate check, but I'm gonna look at his wares before I mention how they're probably stolen. Alright, they're not interesting at all. I will now mention that these look stolen. Yeah, just the usual junk, Your Grace. I buy it from travelers I come across here and there. Failed the check. Alright, well,
Our path leads on.
I don't feel like killing a man in the village right now.
I did as you asked.
Amulet of natural armor. But I've already got one that level. Am I missing that much loot? Yeah. Oh, that was practically invisible. You can't see it without holding tab. Yeah. No, I took the boat out on the lake today, but we already know why.
Forwards.
Loot this sack. And a little something right up here. Yeah. Did you guys see that extended gameplay trailer of Cyberpunk where she pulls out like the mantis blades out of her arms? I'm really looking forward to that. That looks like it'll be, it'll have a bunch of cool stealth options too. On to Burning Hands. Wow. I didn't expect to be finding wands of like level 1 spells this far into the game. But at least I had a good chunk of gold with it. Okay, looks like it's gonna be difficult getting around.
I will guide us.
Time to make some quick sausage. Multiple dire boars. Greater dire boar.
I won't let you down.
Yeah, let's cast this here in case there are more dire boars behind them.
We will prevail.
Just the three.
Repent!
Three little piggies.
Without a doubt.
Oh yeah, I need to change her spellbook. 3 fireballs is cool, but she doesn't have any meta magic feats. I can't use my other spell levels for fireball. I haven't given her any transmutation spells. Okay,
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
that's a lot of dudes. So let's charge to get in there faster. Ah, well, they're punks.
Knock-knock used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Clever ploy.
Fish from the Silver Step Lake. The fish are opening and closing their mouths as if in horror. But fish only have one expression, so I'm gonna take that line of dialogue with a grain
I
of salt.
see something. Look!
I can scoot through
Our
there.
path leads on.
Okay. I'll check out the hill first.
We'll do it the hard way.
Shit.
These magics should be used in other ways.
Let's go ahead and get some enlarged personnel so you can reach over friends and stop getting blocked by people right in front of them. There we go.
Considerably provocative.
Hoping that fight
Cannot hide from me.
Best kind of fight.
Attack! Without a doubt.
Feels like we're a bit over-leveled for this area too. A lot of the fights in this game are very, very difficult and take some reloading and
Done and
prepping and
done.
buffing.
I will guide us. Defeat is not an option. Do not hold back.
Seems to be a lot of big
Exposed.
These villagers are lucky that nothing's bad has happened.
Primitives.
This is for you!
Okay, focus the summoner. Hopefully that will take out the summon. That was a cool water elemental. I'd never seen that before.
We march ahead.
I'm not afraid.
Easier if you not fight back.
We shall overcome.
That's more like it.
Forwards.
Alright, that doesn't take too much
Without a
mobility to
doubt.
cross over. Which scroll? Acid arrow? Yeah, probably. She might even have it already. Yeah, she does have it already. It'll come up with the, yeah, copy to spellbook. Is there any blood mage-like class in this game? I like the idea from Dragon Age, but haven't seen it any other place. There is
I did it?
in Pathfinder the
did!
game, but it's not one
Our
of your
path
standard
leads on.
companions. So I'm not positive whether or not
I'll fight
you
if I
can
have to.
have the main character be that.
Will they ever learn?
Just time wasted. yourself exposed.
Why are we missing so much? Why are we missing so much? Armor class 25. It's not too crazy. Alright, we'll throw some buffs in.
Aboran. Sentence.
Forgive me for this failure.
Come here, Bax. Knock, knock, stamp.
Patience.
I will guide us. I was successful in my search.
Oh shit, no. He's gonna commit suicide. The tall, red-headed man dressed in hunter's clothes is bouncing on the brink of this cliff. One wrong move and he'll fall into the chasm. Stop, what are you doing? Oh no, not at all. Many would like to silence the dragon's voice. I won't give them the pleasure. The redhead turns around and nods, Your Grace. Care to tell me who you are? Well, it'd be rude not to introduce myself. My name is Ivar. The red-headed man watches you closely, but makes no move to run or draw his weapons. If you pass through the village, you must have heard rumors about me. Once I used to be a simple hunter, but now I keep the peace in this region by the order of their lord, the Silver Dragon. So you're the dragon's voice, right? That's what people call me. The red-headed man smiles slightly. These lands are under protection of the Silver Dragon, and I'm his most trusted servant. Don't need to fight each other. I won't harm either you or the village. That's exactly what every new self-proclaimed king usually says. I understand why you're suspicious. The red-headed man bows his head. Well, forgive me for being so harsh. I just wanted you to remember, these lands don't need new rulers. A protector is enough. Is it your house south of here? It's mine. So what? I know about your family. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't look for sympathy, and I don't expect it. Ivar files silent for a moment and looks away. Besides, I don't deserve it. You know who I am? I know everything that happens in the village, and for leagues around. Of course, I was aware of your arrival. Such a prestigious guest striding into our lands. I'm not hiding my identity. The red-headed man raises an eyebrow. Is that so? Well, honesty is a virtue, and one that's hard to find these days, especially if we're talking about kings, queens, and any who seek to rule others. What do you want to ask me about, Baron? I guess that's it. Yep. Why are you so sure that this another time will happen? I won't stay here long. There's an old saying. Sluggish wolf soon starves. Alright, do as you wish. He's not actually anyone under the Silver Dragon's protection. He just found those wyvern scales. Same as we heard in the story. But I don't know why I didn't get to bring up that story in the dialogue option. Maybe I should have looked around a little more before talking to him, but I covered almost the whole map.
Forwards.
The only thing I haven't been to is this cave. So someone's saying Silverstep is cursed. Look, just yesterday I saw a boat sailing in the lake. Big one. Kind of a big sail. There were a bunch of people on board, around some big box or chest or something. All of a sudden, the steersman spins the wheel and rams the boat right against the rocks. The wreck went down at that cliff not far from our cave. The people jumped out and tried to swim for shore, but they just froze in place and sank under without a sound. One got close enough to I could see his face, a mask of terror. I can't even begin to describe. Yelled something about Charon, went pale, froze like the others, and pop! That was the last I saw of him. Sure, there are plenty of nasty beasts around, but this was something else. I trust my instincts, and they're screaming at me, loud as can be, to get out while we still can. If we don't, we're all gonna die. Second note. Got the whining, bud. There's a wrecked boat, and you say we should run? I say we take a look. Might be there's some valuables in the wreckage. Now you've done it. Chief found out about the boat and the chest, and now all he talks about is looking for treasure. He's gonna have the others out searching for it, poking around the lake bed with hooks. And at night, of all things, so the locals don't notice. I'm telling you, no good will come of this. These woods give me the creeps, and they're even worse at night. Day before yesterday, I was on my way back around the cave and heard a noise behind me. Turned around and saw two glowing eyes staring at me from the woods. Imagine it, in the fir grove, in the dark, and just two blazing embers in the night. I don't know what it was, and I don't want to. I'm just glad it disappeared as soon as I saw it. While you're busy being scared of that wolf or runaway kitty or whatever it was, I found that box. It was just sitting there, all that precious treasure right on the lake bed, and it's not even that far from shore. We're fishing it out tomorrow. Fifth note, are you serious? I swear, if we don't get out of here before that box is out of the water, something terrible is going to happen. Look, the beast that attacked the cave was scary, sure, but we gave it hell, didn't we? And when the chief set it on fire, it ran off, didn't it? Howled so loud I thought my head would explode. But we came out fine. No, I think I'm going to stay. I bet that box is full of treasure. And as for the beast and those drowned men of yours, well, this profession's all about taking risk, right? Seventh note. There's risk, and there's whatever this is. No. When the chief goes out to get that box, I'm going to show my heels. Farewell, pal. Life is long. Maybe we'll meet again someday, if we play our cards right. They might even have that box in this cave.
Did it without breaking it.
Cool. I'll be damned. That piece again? No, these are new strangers. Is that the box they're talking about behind them? I bet they want to take away with our loot. They're messing with the wrong men. Yeah, I feel like you guys are the one that are going to get the short end of this.
You will go.
Bandit Necromancer. Bandit and Bandit. Yeah, when you don't even have names, you're on the wrong side of this.
Clever ploy. Me see, me keep.
Cypress Queen's Quill. I'll play with that after I loot the room.
I did as you asked.
Slicer, the Scimitar. Runic Mage Blade. When you have a touch spell charge, the weapon's enhancement bonus is +2 better than its actual bonus. That's real good. It's a strict Magus weapon. Alright, let's see what's up with this box. One side bears an engraved symbol, a skull with a single eye socket, and the eye socket is covered with a coin. Examine it. The engraving on the side of the sarcophagus resembles the symbol of Charon, the horseman of death. Charon's symbol usually has 2 eye sockets, each covered by a coin, while the symbol here has only 1. There's nothing more you can tell about the sarcophagus, except that it's ancient. It seems related to that first temple we were in, the one with the 6 flames, and the Cyclops sarcophagus. By the way, you might already know about it, but there's a website to help you respec your character by uploading your save game. I did not know about that. That's useful. I was just going to download a mod and see if I could do it inside the game, eventually. I think the only one I need to respec, though, is Rigongar. Detect magic. Magic present here is obvious. You can sense powerful necromancy energies, but can't figure out the specific spells in use here. Search for something to open it. You have no idea where the sarcophagus came from, but you know enough about enchantments to know there must be an easy way to open it. Experimenting with the engravings and various combinations, you discover when you press your finger against the skull symbol with your hand on the lid, the cover slides aside easily. Your triumph is short-lived, however. As the lid slides open, there is a sound of something huge, stirring within the sarcophagus. You hear a rattling, whistling like air pushing through leaky pillows, and scraps of flesh fly from the sarcophagus. Whatever is inside is huge, angry, and far from dead.
Face me if you dare.
Dread zombie Cyclops. These other zombies can wait.
Which knife to use?
So, let's start smacking out the buffs. Ah, he was the one with seeing invisibility. I knew someone had it. Ah, shit. Ancient Curse immediately. Didn't even get to cast things. Looks like a fear effect. We're all running around. Yeah, DC 24 will affect. Shit, a whole minute of fear. That's gonna be a big issue. Okay, I think now that we're out of his radius. Okay, he's got a spell specifically for courage. Let's get some protection from evil. Aid. You're wedged in away from the zombie. It's hilarious. Okay, Haroon, stop trying to walk away. Cast Fear. And actually, yeah, I think if you cast Rage, we'll be close to immune to fear. Okay, now let's get in there. Let's see if she can get invisibility on herself.
And will be.
Looks like yes.
Definitely will be.
We actually dealt with the Cyclops when I wasn't even looking.
We march ahead.
That's probably a real cool great axe. No, it was not. Just a +1. Okay. So in some ways that was disappointing, but I think it unlocks that other area, so probably necessary to open it up. Wait, say that again? A +4 hide? I didn't notice any magic armor on him. Yeah, just hide armor. Yeah. If it's magic, it'll have a little blue circle around it. What were you talking about with the inspect works now? The eyeball on the lower left? Yeah, I never paid attention to that. Oh, it gives me all of their details. That's neato. Thanks for that little tip.
Our path leads on.
Okay. So yeah. That was definitely the cursed box that Nixie was talking about. Hopefully dealing with whatever was in it makes her happy too.
Forwards.
Yeah, finding out creatures' alignments can be hard without already knowing a lot about, I would say the Pathfinder game. Like I said, I have a lot of experience with that, so for the most part, I already know what something's alignment will be. And since there's no protection from neutral,
Without a doubt.
you pretty much just cast protection from evil if you want to cast a protection spell. Luckily we're not getting in too many fights with good guys since I'm a good aligned character. You're back. Did you take care of that box? Problem solved. He's dead. You did it. I have to tell my family as soon as possible. Once I tell them what you did, they'll understand that not all strangers are bad. A Cyclops, huh? I doubt any of us could have dealt with that. I'd say you earned yourself a reward. Do I get a kiss? Oh hey, 300 experience, gold ring, peridot. More gold. But I just leveled up recently, so we got a long, long way to go before we get a level up again. Oh, what was that perception check? Okay. Saying that the owner of the hut headed north.
We march ahead.
We got this little thing of loot. And then I think it's time to head out.
I did it? I
A
did!
light shield. Oh, a light shield plus 2.
I will guide us.
So how do you pronounce your name? Tiro SEF? Choice affix. Choice affix. Alright, cool. Okay, I've been to the room of Lamash 2. Manage kingdom things. If the party gets tired, I'm just gonna force them back. We can rest in town.
Time to search for the spot to rest.
You didn't follow dude up north to resolve the quest? I'm pretty sure talking to him on the cliff top was the resolution. He walked away and became untargetable. But you could be right. You could be saying that he left that area and headed to a... do you head to a different map location, you think? Or just higher up on that map?
Oh,
Yeah.
time to get some rest, isn't it?
Forwards.
Okay, I'll go double back and check that. Actually, I probably have an autosave back there. I'll save here just in case that's a bad autosave.
Forwards.
Okay, I'll head up to the north area exit, see if I see anything.
Without a doubt.
Another perception check.
Completed.
Yeah. Okay, more footprints to the north. Dead dude there. Can't do anything with him. Treasure chest here I looted.
Our path leads on.
Some other way
In
needed.
the border of the woods, there's some indistinct footprints. Okay. You could try heading north-ish. Our travels took us east. Leaving the mountain ridge behind, we came to Dunsword, a wild land far less populous and civilized than the barony that had grown so dear to us. It was not bad, though. The roads at Dunsword were well guarded, and we soon met a well-armed patrol. As we approached, one of them raised a hand. "Stop! Turn back. The road to Varnhold is closed." The second guard was in less of a hurry to drive us off. He squinted and studied our leader. "Wait, you're Titus Arik. My respects, Your Grace. If you're here traveling so far from your land, I have to assume you've come to visit our ruler, Magar Varn. You may continue on, of course. Please follow us to accompany you to Varnhold, for your own safety. Are you ready to continue?" Let's turn back for now. Let's head back. So,
I need to catch my breath.
try suffix. I spoke to the merchant before as well, and I didn't run him off. Who am I looking for? The same guy I talked to that was talking about the silver dragon? Will he be in a new area?
Forwards.
Actually, let me check my quest log. Maybe Lindsay wants to say something about it. Yeah. Ah. When you talked to Ivar, did you just let him go? Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I think just letting him go might have been the resolution, but since he walked away, like you're saying, I could be wrong. But then, I guess, it is listed as an incomplete quest here. How about this guy? Did we talk to him? Okay, hello there, traveler. A good day to you. A good day to us all. The Silver Dragon himself turned the day into a feast for us. And why, you might ask? All because I forgot my fishing gloves at home. Who are you? I'm Mazel, a fisherman. I mean, I was a fisherman when I did fishing. I don't fish now, so I guess I'm not a fisherman anymore. Hazel frowns as he thinks about that paradox. Dragon feast? What's going on here? I am telling you, I went fishing, but I left my fishing gloves at home. So, I blistered my hands pulling out the nets. So, I couldn't fish anymore. So, I had to go hungry. Had to, but didn't, because fish started jumping out of the water. So, our great Silver Dragon took care of me. He must have been watching, thinking, how will this poor sod Hazel get by with blistered hands? How will he fish? What will he eat? How about I send some fish ashore for him? Now I think I'll never bring my fishing gloves again. So fish will always jump out of the lake on their own. It'll be great. Tell me more about your fish situation. Just go to the shore and see for yourself. They jump right out of the water, and we can barely keep up with collecting and salting them. We made 3 barrels since this morning dawned, and our barrels are really big, not just any normal barrels. The fisher puffs out his chest. Tell me more about this dragon. He's a huge dragon, a silver one. That's why he's called the Silver Dragon. He's very kind and always helped us. That lake is one of his footprints, filled with water, and that's how we got the lake. I've got one of his scales. It's my lucky charm. He proudly holds out a scale by a string around his neck. Ivar gave it to me. You can search around for him. Maybe he'll give you one too. Huge dragons don't exist. Maybe not in other places. Maybe our dragon is one of a kind. The fisher's voice rings with pride. Have you ever seen this dragon? Sure did. Day before yesterday. 2 months ago too. Burvish, the trader, says I'm a fool and it was just a thundercloud. But you shouldn't listen to him. So what exactly has this dragon done to help you? He sent Ivar to us. Well, not sent really. Ivar was here before, but he was only a hunter, not a dragon's voice. When Ivar became the dragon's voice, everything got better all at once. Most of our bandits disappeared from the roads, monsters stopped attacking us in the woods, and the wolves don't ever take our cattle anymore. And now there's the fish to top it all. Yeah, the Silver Dragon is the best dragon ever. Alright, that's enough about that. I need you to tell me about the fish and this dragon of yours. Well, I'm not going to break his hopes just yet. Let's talk about this hunter. Ivar, was it? Who is he? He's the dragon's voice. The dragon's voice tells him things. Then Ivar tells us. Like when the dragon chased the wolves from our herds, he told Ivar, and Ivar told us. And when he scared the monsters away so they wouldn't attack us, he told Ivar that too. We get all kinds of good news from Ivar. Something terrible happened to him, didn't it? The fisher frowns and looks away. Why do you have to remind me of that? Ivar, he wasn't the dragon's voice before. He just used to live here, in a house to the northwest. He used to go hunting and tell us all kinds of stories. Like a real bard would. Had a family too, but then Ekin bites his lips. Same thing happened to Ekin. Well, one night his kids ran away, tried to climb up to the top of the cliff in the middle of the night. It was a bad night, rainy and dark. They fell down. As far as anyone could tell, the boy probably slipped first, and the girl tried to help him, but she couldn't. She fell too, farther away. I helped search for them the next morning, then helped bury them. Ivar sighs heavily. Lissa, Ivar's wife, she got sick right after and never recovered. And Ivar, well, he went odd. And that's when the Silver Dragon started talking to him. Do you know where he is now? Oh, there we go. Silverstep Grove has been revealed. He probably went up to the grove up north again. That's where his children's graves are. Sometimes he'll disappear for several days at a time, and he won't tell anyone where he goes. But I know anyway. That's enough for now. Okay, now that I got the info from him, let's see what he says when I tell him about the sarcophagus. The Nixies lied to you. They're fae, so what do you expect? But Ivar told me about the dragon. Not the fish, though. Just that the dragon is protecting us. But I know Ivar well. Ivar doesn't lie. As far as I know, the Cyclops is... yeah. So what then? The fish just won't jump ashore anymore? That's too bad. Can we get another Cyclops from somewhere then? Using a 1,000-year-old undead Cyclops for fishing. Baron, you need to order this village surrounded by a palisade and forbid your subjects from coming within 3 arrow flights of it. This is as bad as a plague. Stupidity can be just as infectious, you know. Let's talk later.
Guide us.
And thank you to Tri-Suffix. I would not have finished this quest without you. Or at least, not without looking up a guide or something. Okay.
Oh, time to get some rest, isn't it?
I'll take a rest and then enter. Just in case. And save again.
We shall
Let's
overcome.
finish them quick.
Oh shit.
Attack!
I grant your death. No strike wasted.
Here!
The end
Octavia
draws
goes
near.
down easy, but at least it's easy to heal her back up to full.
So, any brilliant ideas?
Forwards.
Don't come closer. Don't. How can I stop it? It's too strong. Too strong.
I'm
Shit,
not
he's a
afraid!
werewolf. I did not expect that even a little bit. He's chaotic good though. Was that even barely hinted at?
Repent!
Okay, that was fast. So this is how it finally ends. Tell me the truth about what happened to you. Let it be my last fairy tale then. Once upon a time, there lived a stupid young hunter named Ivar. He loved his family, his wife, his son, his little daughter, very much. He also loved making up fairy tales for his children. But one night, he came up with a foolish story, one about a silver dragon that can only be spotted if you climb to the top of a high cliff as the new moon rises. That very night, the children snuck out of the house, and their bodies were found at the base of the cliff the next morning. His poor wife's heart couldn't bear the loss. Lisa, she was gone soon after, so Ivar cursed himself, cursed his own blabbering tongue and reckless mind. Standing near the graves of his family, he could only mutter to himself over and over, "I'm a monster, I'm a monster." Then he felt the self-inflicted curse begin to melt him from the inside, burning him, turning him into a beast. He became a werewolf, swore to protect the village, to honor the memory of Lisa and his children. He wanted to serve people, to bring them good instead of evil at least once. And if you called yourself a pig, you'd have grown a snout. That's exactly why it's so important to always think of yourself in the best light. Well, I'll at least tell him I won't kill you. I was not expecting mercy, but I'm certainly grateful for it. Thank you for giving him a chance. I hear there's a cure for lycanthropy. Good luck to you, Ivar. Head forward, then take to the right. If you're looking for work, my advice would be to find a traveling circus. I'm sure you'd fit right in. That's a little mean, Jubilost. Well, you would definitely know, being the local clown and all. Go. Try to forgive yourself, if you can. Ivar bows slightly, then winces in pain. A word in parting, if I may, Baron. Consider it my werewolf instincts talking. I can tell you'll be the subject of stories and legends soon. and I'm sure they'll be told far and wide across the land. Now whether they'll be tales of terror or hope, well, that'll be up to you. Okay, sweet. I still can't believe he was a werewolf. It felt like it flew out of nowhere. And learning that you can curse yourself is kind of cool.
Me?
Two small graves hide at the foot of the rock. Wooden grave markers, whittled and painted with love and care, are placed at the top of both.
Without a doubt.
I'm getting sleepy. If a masterwork thing and a hide armor is all you get, I definitely wouldn't kill him. It's weird, but even in video games, I really hate to do bad guy things. Like, I just have too much empathy, even with totally fictional characters. I always feel guilty.
Let's finish them quick.
Let's see, 2 manticores.
Knock-knock used to lighting enemies on fire
A
first.
clever ploy.
Provoked.
The only time I played an evil character was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I mean, I played a good character first. I just played the game twice and played an evil character as my second character. And I think a lot of that was just because I made my first character was like a good warrior. My second character was an evil force user. And if you're evil, you get the force lightning and the life-absorbing powers and some of the cool stuff. So it was just like a 100% totally opposite character. But even then, I was like choking out like old ladies and force convincing them to give me their money. I'm like, this feels dirty. Yeah, I've heard tyranny's about being evil. Can you be less evil, or is it just different flavors of evil?
Forwards.
Go ahead and take a nap so my other characters rest up. Pretty much choose evil or lesser evil. I would choose lesser evil. Okay. Support the council's endeavors. That'll up loyalty. That'll be great. And nowhere near the funds for this. Opportunity pretty much anyone can get to. Outlander handled that. Another masterpiece. Where's the one I just outlined her to? Let's outline her to this. Tristan to this. Okay. This requires Jubilost, and Jubilost will be free in 3 days. So I'll skip 3 days. Another problem shows up. Oh shit. Failed. The Fey Prophetess made camp at a crossroad. She reveals the future to all who come past, but only the dark side of the future. She may not be lying, but her stories are making the people miserable, and they look to the future with a sense of doom. It's time to put an end to this. Ah, that's shitty. Undead Rising. Should be able to handle that. Just for this. A Fae came to the reason. He's gambling. He tempts people into playing with him and then squeezes them dry. He's already dragging a cart full of gold he's won. It's time someone to stop him before he bankrupts the whole region. Sounds like if Jubilos wins that, he might be able to get us a lot of money. Is ancient tradition needed? It's just an opportunity. Okay. That's fine. Let's wake up. Okay, loyalty rank 4. Now my highest. Nope, economy's 4. So, tied for highest. Military success. That can probably rank up now too. The curator could not think of anything to do about the strange alliance between the locals and the Fae. Okay. Oh, cool. So, we help the artisan. Okay, gained a bonus to community. Damn it, Hurim. It was just some undead. Divine went down again. What's my divine at? 39? Yeah, it's still rank 3. I'm really wanting to do this trade agreement with Pitax. The plus 4 BP a week's kind of a big deal. You give me basically 10% more BP per week. But saving at 500 BP is kind of a big deal. You can buy BP though at a rate of 80 gold per. So I should probably check my coffers and see if that's doable right now. Okay, gotta visit someone in the throne room. Gotta visit someone in the throne room. I mean, Tristan's twice as good at this, so we'll let him handle it. Although, speaking of which... Man, none of my regents have high charisma. I do wish Valerie was still a paladin. Like, she's got decent charisma. Okay. Time to meet and greet. How's the audio coming through? Do I sound okay? Like, if I squeak in my chair, is that too distracting? Your Grace, your subjects now believe in you so sincerely that they even trust you with the fate of their cattle. Vanderlass amused at himself. Don't look at me like that, Baron, it's true. Not long ago, your peasants thought you were an impostor, no better than the Stag Lord, and now they're ready to hang all their troubles on your door. An aggrieved shepherd has come to court, demanding you deal with his complicated and very mysterious case. You see, the shepherd has a cow, which a neighbor has stolen from him. Happy New Year! Wait, that was yesterday. You see, let's see, the woman, for her part, argues that the animal has been grazing in her backyard for months, so both the cow and all its milk belong to her. Oh, such brilliant village logic. Of course, the shepherd is livid and demands justice. Here's what I say. You can judge such cases if you wish to waste your time, or you can simply send some guards to confiscate the cow. You'll take a modest profit and teach these foolish peasants a lesson. They can solve their problems on their own, or lose whatever they're quarreling over. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Just return the cow to the shepherd. He was being a dick for letting it graze, but whatever. A baron deciding the fate of a cow. There's something wrong about this. Forgive my audacity. Be aware, they may start asking you which side of the bed they should get up on in the morning. Listen, I'm tired of hearing about bandits and thieves. My job is managing the army, not chasing pickpockets. Hire a warden, let him drill the guards, and make sure your subjects don't make too much trouble. Rigongar shakes his head fiercely. Fine. So why did I come here? Ah, right. I was thinking. Your soldiers need to sleep somewhere. It's time we build a barracks. I brought a map. Can you show me where you want it? An unkind smile shows up on Rigongar's face. Of course. I'd build them right on the border. Your neighbors are restless, and we need to show them we're serious. Some troops in their face is serious, alright. I'll let him handle this one. Ah, this is gonna be fun. The subjects of other countries won't be running through our borders anymore, unless they want to make themselves live targets. Alright. So I think that was the majority of it. Unless suddenly a bunch of other things shows up. Yeah. Now I can hire a warden. Which I guess will be a good deal. Sweet. Ooh. +1 to morale bonus in claimed regions for 100 BP. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't need it though. I have been wanting to open a hospital. border training camps. Provide the general a +2. That's pretty good. Giving the poor and weak. The region solves problems with a +1 bonus. Yeah, you need a +1, man. Let's start this. Rank up. The military. Okay, well, upgrading the community is more important. It only refunds BP. Alright. So that has to happen. We need to spend 2 weeks. Spending 2 weeks with a Rigongron, that's the best way to spend 2 weeks. So... let's see if we can use our time efficiently during that 2 weeks. I don't think I'm even using Jod as an advisor right now. Which may be a poor choice. No, Hiram is better. Okay, so now looks like we'll just be spending 2 weeks with Rigongar. Okay. We managed to get one other thing done while we're ranking up. Okay, get a better military, which puts us at 4. Failed an opportunity, not a big deal. How did you fail the gambler? You had such a good chance of passing. The advisor's agents were eventually able to drive the gambler away, but it took them some time. Again and again, he kept slipping through their fingers. But once he was sure he'd robbed everyone he could, the mischievous Fae disappeared. I hit my economy, which is still fine, and stability. Yeah, my stability is awful. Didn't get the celebrity visit. Didn't get the event of the month. Man, I'm getting some bad rolls. Anyway, I'll deal with all this in a bit. I'm gonna save, end the recording, and say goodnight to all of you lovelies. So, this has been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Have a good one.